4. They have an ETL when they're fixing all of this.
Well, I'm sure they do, but speed up.
Yeah, they would. And then after we finish this, here's what the governor's veto on this was. It was just outrageous. I went for an override of the governor's veto, but if you want to override a bill with an emergency in the House, it's 75%. And it was the last day of session. I could have done it if everybody was there, but I didn't. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, the worst part is, I think that,
Take this little small one so we can all get in here comfortably. Wherever you'd like to sit is fine. I'll kind of get across from you. All right, man. So, I'm the coordinator for the Veterans Treatment Court here in Oklahoma County. The process for getting into Veterans Treatment Court, you know, it's just like any good operation. You kind of understand what you're going into before you go ahead and enter in a plea and get into the program. So that's the point of the orientation today, is so that we can go ahead and you can have a look at what the program is going to require of you. Make sure you're agreeable before you cross that threshold. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, good deal. What I have for you here is a handbook. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and help you kind of peel through this as we're getting through it. I just want to touch on a couple of highlights real quick. I may actually do this out of order, the way I normally do it, and I'm going to have you read through this performance contract. And this is part of the actual paperwork that you're going to sign whenever you plea into the program. And what it is it's a written agreement that you are going to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, so there's many different things that are listed here that are saying that you are not going to be able to do this, you will be able to do that. So I want you to go ahead and take a look through that, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have about any of those requirements. And then if you're agreeable to all those, we'll go ahead and go through the structure of the program and ways we can help you out here.
I can't go to my VFW post no more. I just started there. I was going to cancel the membership, and they talked me out of it. Gave them a chance, and now you're saying I can't go there.
Is it because there's alcohol served there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We have to wait till next Tuesday to do this. Why?
Because the judge only handles Veterans Treatment Court matters on Tuesday afternoons.
Who's paying for these UAs? Because a decade ago they tried making me pay for it.
It is still on you. You can run an IOU balance up to pretty much whatever you need to, but we just need the IOU balance to be paid back before you graduate the program. We just actually had a yearly meeting yesterday, and we have some money dedicated to helping people that are having trouble paying, for just their daily living expenses, and we may be able to help you out with some of it, but you should plan and allocate funds that you are already being given to go ahead and make sure you can pay for some of them.
And how much are the UAs?
$11. $11 a piece, and then if they want a confirmation on any UA result, that's kind of part of this other piece of the orientation, it's $20. And if it comes back in their favor, we just reimburse them that $20.
When I was in the Veterans Homeless Program, they gave me an alcohol swab, and they claimed it came out positive because it didn't match anything. It was red.
Okay.
They tested me from 3 different boxes and then tried kicking me out of the program, claiming I drank alcohol. When I just got back, dropped off by my girlfriend living in Pauls Valley, whose brother and dad was alcoholics, so she is more anti-alcoholic than a Christian.
Okay.
I got blamed for that. They tried to kick me out. I had to explain the whole thing.
Yeah. So I just want to put all the cards on the table here. For this program, there are no mood altering substances allowed while you're
No, I
in this
understand
program.
that. That's what I'm saying is when they swab me, and if I have that same problem, I can't fight it because of this saying I can't fight it.
I think that the tests that they use are probably different, and I think Kyle was mentioning that there's like a process you can go through to dispute the test.
Yes, there is.
I understand that, but
You're just concerned that you'll encounter the same situation again.
yeah.
And what I would tell you is that it's not the same test that you're referring to. We use urine tests here. You, in rare occasions, will perform an oral swab, but I would not suspect it's the exact same kind of test that you're referring to, because oral swabs that we have don't test for alcohol. So it's not the same test. I'm pretty confident in saying that part.
Number 10 should include that part about the $20 reimbursement if it's, in your favor.
Yeah, so this is a performance contract, and again, the details of drug testing and stuff like that that's a different part of the orientation I'm gonna go through. Like I said, I'm doing this kind of out of order because I know you've had some reservations about parts of this program, so I want you to be able to read this first, and then we can kind of go through structure of the program and the little minutia of drug testing and stuff like that. But these are the broad strokes. You have to get back.
I will in just a minute. I just wanted to get through this part with him.
Yep. I was going to text Erica or Claudia and see if they could come up here and just kind of sit through the rest of this, since that would be who you'd be passing him off to.
Okay. I don't know if Claudia's here today, but that would be great.
Either.
I think Erica is.
Would you mind texting her? I'm gonna do the same.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of traction.
Kristen.
Okay, I didn't
That's
want to
okay.
just keep calling you Messina.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Number 16 needs to be reevaluated by Unhigh because ER has been giving me tramadol and Tylenol 3s and all kinds of crap. I've got a 80-year-old pilot's spine.
So, again, this kind of goes back to the whole mood altering substances part. Prescription medication is allowed, but you have to fill out a med form and get it approved before you take it. Except for an emergency situation where you don't have control, like you're in the back of an ambulance or something like that. You don't have control over that. We understand that part. We just ask for you to backfill that form whenever you return home.
If you have Facebook, type hashtag blow up in the search bar. There's over 215,000 posts.
Okay.
None of them are going to court losing their rights because they said blow up. But I'm a mentally ill veteran, so they get to assume I literally mean it.
Well, and Kyle's just here to talk to you about the structure of the program.
I'm going through that. I don't have to worry about Kyle.
Well, you kind of do. Because as far as your progression in this program, that's my job. Like, my job is to make sure that each participant progresses through the program, they're successful in it. So this is more of a partnership than maybe you'd like for it to be right now, but the people that are successful in this program, they show up, they're honest, and they try. And that's really all I'm asking you to do, show up, be honest, and try. We can really provide you with resources to improve your situation in pretty much every other level, but you have to be willing to do those three things. And obviously, the attitude you bring towards that situation obviously will either help you or hurt you in that situation. So
yeah, it's just Kyle's, once you enter into this program, kind of the facts of your case and any thoughts that you have about those aren't going to be the focal point. It's going to be making sure that you're following the structure of the program. Does that make sense?
It sounds like you're trying to silence my First Amendment right, because I only made a comment and you all are lecturing me like Kyle Broflovsky at the end of a South Park episode.
I don't watch South Park, but definitely not trying to silence your First Amendment rights. I just want to make sure that you understand, and I'm sure that you do, but it's my job to really make sure that you do understand that once you plead into this program, that right to kind of dispute the underlying facts of the case goes away. And so if you were just making a comment, that's totally fine. But if you were making a comment that you wanted us to respond to, that's a different concern.
Madison's on our way up.
Perfect.
Do you know what his offer is right now for VTC?
Madison told me that the fail rec was a 3 in, 7 out, and the success rec is a 2 deferred.
Okay. So we're doing things way out of process here. Normally I get an approval email and it kind of gives me all this information that I need, so I don't want to tell him something that we're not going to be able to back up. So.
And that's from Madison. She said that's what Kelly emailed to her.
Okay.
So I think I know that there had been an approval.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know beyond that. So.
Well, if she's up here, we should be able to work through it.
Perfect.
In situations where I want to make sure that we are able to back up everything that we're doing, and whenever I say this is going to happen, this is what happens.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Bro, I live on County Line Road, and my house is closer to the Mustang, not Oklahoma County Walmart. That's where my grocery shopping happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Lowe's is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the next county. That's all my stuff.
Are you
So,
talking about the
I'm talking about
part where it says
23.
you
I will
can't
not
go
leave
out
Oklahoma County.
without the permission of a probation officer, right?
Yeah, that is just ridiculous.
It's just communication. That's what that is. The probation officer is in charge of your location at all times. That's their purpose, is supervision. So anytime that you leave their jurisdiction, they have to know about it. And their jurisdiction only includes Oklahoma County. So anytime you're leaving that county, even if it is to go to Walmart, that the standard operating procedure for that is you let them know, like, hey, I need to go ahead and go to Walmart, Lowe's, whatever you're referring to, and then I'll be back shortly. And it's up to them should they approve or deny that request. And most of the time it has to do with your communication with them. If you've been in good communication with them, you are doing well in the program, they're not gonna have a problem with it. If you're talking about, I need to go to Texas for an overnight stay, they're probably going to deny it just because you're supposed to give them a week in advance to approve and research any kind of travel plans you have. So.
But am I correct in thinking that they generally don't stop people from going to grocery stores and things?
They don't stop them from going to grocery stores, but they do refer them to other resources, even if it's not their preferred destination, that would be within the county lines. It wouldn't require them to have a travel permit. That, I don't want to get in their lane too much,
Yeah.
but that's normally what they would ask them to do.
So I get swatted because the guy won't let me make it to his manager to report him for discrimination. And cops show up like that, and they all assume I'm a bomber. So I'm responsible now for all court fees, court costs, training fees, victim compensation. When they're claiming in those reports that she wouldn't let me read, that they claim I made hundreds of people a victim that day.
So the victim's compensation assessment is just something that's like a standard fee tacked on to any court filing, and that goes to a court fund, not to that person directly. And there is a process called a Rule 8 hearing where we can ask the court to waive or suspend some of those fines or costs. I assume that's still accurate for Vets Court.
It is. I think that,
I should have asked first.
that's all right. No. I just wanted to kind of hear from you.
Yeah.
You know, anytime that we can help, we're gonna help you out as far as the financial part of it, especially if you get through the program. We don't really ask anyone to pay court costs while they're in the program, because there's a process, like your attorney was saying, where we can have them waived by a judge if you prove that you have a financial hardship. So, that's the guidance I give every single veteran that comes on this program, is not paying your court costs if you were, because we may have a process that can help you out.
Yep.
So many of my rights have been violated. Nobody bothered to check with anybody. One of those rights is I'm a homebound disabled veteran, so failure to be employed or in school may result in revocation from the program.
Really, what that has to do with is income, and you already have that through the VA, so that's not an issue you need to worry about. What's up, Madison?
Oh,
Hi, Madison. James, this is Madison Malone. She's the head of diversion programs for the Oklahoma County Public Defender's Office. So she works with me, but she's one of the people that I told you about that just does these diversion court programs that receive specialized training to work with people that are in your situation. And so she would be one of the attorneys that would kind of be involved in your case and your involvement with the Veterans Treatment Court program, okay?
Nice to meet you, James.
I wish I could say the same. But I got swatted trying to report discrimination, and everyone wanted to say, hey, he's mentally ill, so he meant it.
Yeah, and I think that's what we were talking about outside of court this morning, is just I can tell that you've been through a lot and that you really have experienced a lot of trauma. And the point right now of getting into this program isn't a judgment on saying that the things that have happened to you in the past are fair or not fair. Our concern is twofold. One, avoiding a bigger risk of bad things happening, and two, trying to help you the best that we can to work through some of that trauma and hopefully get your life on a better trajectory, okay?
By taking away such rights as my right to go to the airsoft field with a bunch of veterans, because number 36, possession of a BB gun or a toy gun that appears to be a real gun is also prohibited. They took most of my airsoft guns. They left me my most expensive long-range one that has the most upgraded motor possible for that platform. And that was one of my, that I would take to the field as support between shifting roles, because that G36C they took was my assault one, and when my back gets too messed up and the tramadol or whatever ain't working, I go back, I put it away, and I get this one out, and I just snipe. But
So it is temporary, so
what happens to the one I have right now that they didn't take?
you don't have to, it just needs to be somewhere besides your house, and you can't use it while you're in the program. But it is temporary, whereas if you were on a suspended sentence, it would be forever that you couldn't have an airsoft gun, because of the way Oklahoma statute is. The benefit of doing Veterans Treatment Court is after you graduate, you're not prohibited for the rest of your life from having an airsoft gun or a firearm.
Last week she said that she thinks my right to firearms has already been revoked. I believe that because this state trooper accused me of being a Muslim, And when I didn't have the answers he wanted, he took me to the VA on the premise that you're a mentally ill veteran, I'm just taking you to the VA to get checked out, man. And he told them, bull story, I gotta show you the VA document.
So there's
to believe it.
he has a VPO against him. And so what I told him is
I wasn't able to fight the VPO.
And I'm not judging you for having the VPO. I'm just trying to advise you about the law, which Oklahoma state law doesn't prohibit it. But right now, federally, there is a question that's before the Supreme Court about whether having a VPO against you prevents you from possessing a firearm while that VPO is active. And so that's what I was trying to explain to you.
From what I've heard on the news every time Scalia was on, he's an asshole. But I did read his personal opinion when they were initially bringing this up in June of 08, talking about, because I was in Korea at the time, and it's like, we get hardly any American news. I don't know what's going on back home, so whatever comes up on the news, this dude actually saying that it makes sense to remove the Second Amendment right for some Americans, but as far as they're in home, if you remove their right to the Second Amendment in their own home, anyone can just bust in their home and gun them down, and they have no way to prevent that because the Second Amendment was taken away. I've got the ex-wife that was a barracks bunny that went all nine trying to set me up for. She had her girlfriend put a footprint on the door, kick it in, make it look like I broke in the apartment, tried to rape her in front of the kids. And then her girlfriend showed up in time, tore me off of her, kicked my ass, and tossed me out the house, or the apartment. The female lieutenant from Midwest City that called me about that had me send her a picture of my gas receipt showing I was in Oklahoma City, not that. A little while later, the next month, she fakes a rape kit on me because she rapes me, and I catch it on security camera, but they don't believe it because, that's not how a man is raped. I was trying to protest to that district attorney's office until 2019, writing a letter about, you don't know how a man gets raped. We don't know that.
Yeah.
So her faking that rape kit made everything go in the way that when DHS wanted to take her rights away, they didn't put the kids with me, the husband, the father. They were looking at me like I'm a pedophile and a wife abuser because of what she said. I was able to not succumb to my mental illnesses then because certain things happened in my favor. Like after our meeting at the juvenile center with the entire table full, what came out, I go out to the parking lot to leave. She jumps in front of my car. Long story short, her mom says I'm blocking them from leaving. But when the DHS comes out, I'm telling her, she just told me that she wants me to drive her home and she's not moving until I agree to drive her home because she wants to talk to me. And right before you come out, that's how long it took me to get it out of her. She said that she had a miscarriage and it was mine, and that's why. And I want you to have fun talking with them about that because she literally been stopping me from going. Check your security camera, tell her to move, thank you. Up until that moment, she was still convinced that I was the devil. And it's like, all these people in these positions, they pass that down to the next generation of people who come through the door. That's why cops was always refusing to help me whenever I was in issues. This guy was trying to break my neck by punching through my car window to get to my neck. I told the cop and everything, and he said, I'm not gonna arrest him unless I arrest you too for trespassing, because that's what he's claiming. All I did was pull and make a roundabout and take my phone call from another disabled veteran who needed a ride because he took his thing into the shop. all kinds of weird shit just happens over and over.
I don't disagree with you that people do things because of their histories and it just gets passed down. I think that is definitely true.
Yeah, someone
For
tried
all
blowing
of
up my
us.
house by tampering with my gas main outside. And I made a police report about that. The gas company representative was there working on it. And he told the cops, and the cop came to me talking about, I'm just gonna write this off as fuck game. Someone is trying to joke with you, that's all. Your life wasn't really in danger. Gas guy's saying that I was lucky I caught it.
This, back to Veterans Treatment Court real quick. So the EPO thing and firearms and all, we can keep looking into that and researching. I think the airsoft thing is prohibited by statute while you're in the program.
That's the thing. I've got a decade of history in using airsoft as therapy. It started with just therapy to get physical therapy for my spine, and it turned into mental therapy because of the camaraderie of the people that were there. A lot of prior service come into the airsoft field. The store where I was shopping for the first time was all veteran owned, and it was.
I don't know, so this is not me saying this can happen. This is me saying we can talk about this, which is maybe you don't have the airsoft guns at home, you don't carry them around, but maybe we can talk to the judge about making an exception when you're at the airsoft field to be able to still do that, but you don't get to, like, do they have them for rent or something when you get there, or do you have to bring your own?
I'm not financially set to rent.
But maybe it's something we can look into to help you with, so if it really does help you in your mental health, we can still have a conversation around what that could look like, even if it's not exactly perfect. Maybe we can find some middle ground that would work for the program and the judge, and also still help you with what helps you.
I'm gonna have to get going here in a second, but I wanted to make sure that you had a second to talk to Madison and Kyle, that you felt comfortable with them. Because I'll tell you, they know way more about this program and have so many more resources to help you than I do, okay? And I hope that you can see that they really do care about helping you and trying to make this program work in the best way possible, okay? Do you have any questions for me before I leave?
This is according to these, this is a financial burden I can't accept. I'm not financially, I'm poor.
We can also have a conversation around that. So the cost of the program is your UAs. So it's $11 a UA. We do have money to help people who can't afford it.
That's like $55, $66 a month though.
It would be closer to 110. But we have resources. Your financial situation will never hold you back in the program. We will make it work with you 100%.
Don't let that be the thing that stops you, because I have seen people in worse financial situations than you are in, and the program works with them consistently. Nobody ever gets kicked out, from my understanding, because they can't pay for a UA. Okay?
And if it is gonna be something that is really stressful to you, we have an IOU program, so the program can loan you the money to cover your IOUs, but we also have a program where we can just pay for your IOUs, with a budget and some conversation around your situation.
Okay.
I can't get it. I had to replace my last public defender because she didn't understand me as a person.
You don't have to.
She told me stuff like, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to walk to court. We can't help you.
I think that they have
It was like,
access to ride share programs, and transportation.
Bus passes, things of that nature.
I'm just saying that people don't understand how disabled I really am. My physical issues are that of a Navy pilot with 5 ejections on record and permanent grounding.
How do you usually get around town?
A ride share, because that's my only way right now, and that's been exhausting my saving. The little pocket change I have at the end of the month after everything's paid off and taken care of, that's going to ride share now, and I got nothing left.
So a couple of options, we do have free bus passes. I don't know where you live, if you're on a bus line or not.
I'm in a wealthy neighborhood.
That's pretty, I don't know if the bus goes out that far.
The closest one is Rockwell in Reno, and that one's spotty because they change the route sometimes when there's issues.
So there's a program called Ride Care that would at least help with court and any appointments you have for treatment. We can have a conversation with them about drug testing. I'm not sure about that, but I think we can definitely explore what that could look like we don't have just $1 million in our pocket that we can give to you and be like, here, let's fix every problem you have. But we are creative and resourceful and want to see people succeed. So whatever the barriers are, you give what you can and we're gonna give what we can, and hopefully we can meet in the middle for something that, just like the airsoft guns, meet in the middle for what works for all of us.
The first time they tried taking my parental rights away, they let me do UAs at the VA so that I didn't have to pay out of pocket. But also, that was back in 14, so it's different now.
Things are definitely different.
That's why I'm like, I understand what you're saying, it's just, I don't know, I don't got no answer.
James, I'm so sorry.
You gotta go, I understand.
Yeah,
It's
do
cool.
you feel good? Okay, and Tuesday, you'll be here with Madison and Kyle, okay? They'll tell you where to go before you leave today.
Time?
Huh?
Time?
They'll tell you the time as well,
Tuesday.
okay? If you end up wanting me there, just let me know, and I'm happy to be there, okay? But you're in really good hands, okay?
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Just to catch up to speed.
Hey, maybe she lost
went
the
and grabbed them
With the
for
candlestick,
outside
it was just,
establishments,
you had-
kind of brought them up here so we can talk about it. He's agreed to go ahead and start using marijuana, so that he can enter the program, so, tell he's out today. So I'm just gonna run through orientation, that way he's ready to go, so we can go ahead and go down there. I think I agree with appropriation that you guys approved for any program, but I'm just kind of taking a prosecutor's word that he's already spoken to someone about it, and so we're just gonna go down this road right now, and, see where we're at. I mean, I just wanted to make sure that he's good with what we're offering, you know what I mean? Is it, I told him already, like, this is a teamwork kind of a thing, you know? He's gonna give the show up, you know, the try part, but we'll do the rest, you know, I mean, like, we can do all the other parts of it, but those parts we can't do.
Yeah, so I can't effectively cross-examine.
Absolutely. Can't use this later on.
I don't do good with battle buddies who are hypocrites, just so you know.
Say that again?
Number 4, I don't do good with battle buddies who are hypocrites.
Okay. Duly noted.
Right.
And Kyle was like, yeah. I said, well, he was like, well, he was.
All right. Are we through the performance contract part?
Yeah.
Feeling good about it?
No.
No? Okay, it's fair. I know sometimes this can be daunting, it's kind of a transition point, but if you can kind of see, we brought 3 different people into this room, and every single one of them is interested in trying to get you into a program that can help you out with your legal situation, hopefully while you're in the program, kind of better your life along the way. I know right now it probably seems more of a hindrance than a help, And it's probably gonna feel like that initially, but, you'll see. I mean, eventually, every single one of our participants that gets up there, they're doing a phase up speech or whatever, like, at first, I have a really negative opinion about what you're doing here, and after a while, you just kinda see that people do care about your situation. So, I can verbally tell you that all you want, but, I mean, until you feel it, that's when it's gonna happen for you. So, as far as orientation goes, you know, the program itself is 18 to 36 months long. There's going to be 4 phases to where you're going to active counseling, and that's pretty much you're going to go in, get assessed at the VA. They'll do a little workup, get an individualized treatment plan for you, and your job is just to adhere to that plan, okay? So that's your first 4 phases. I can give you chapter and verse of the time requirements in each phase, but kind of found that just kind of washes over people, and it's not information that's really retained. So I'll be with you as you go through the phases, and whenever you're getting close to a phase up, I'll let you know. We'll go ahead and talk about phase up paperwork with your treatment provider as well. It's always a good idea to talk about what can get you kicked out of the program, any kind of new offense that you get, non-compliance with the program, going AWOL, driving while under influence. All these things are, all these things are things that can go ahead and be grounds for a termination hearing. I will say this, we don't really like to go down the road of termination hearings that often, but we're really here to work with you, man. We really are. I'm gonna go ahead and peel you back to our incentives and sanctions real quick, and we're gonna talk about that.
While you do that, what do you mean by bettering my life?
Well, I mean, that's a conversation that we have with you. Like I said, this is a team effort, so what we do is comprehensive case planning. And what that means is that we have a multidisciplinary team here, so we all kind of get a conversation with you, more or less, and we all say, well, when I was talking to James, this is what was important for him, okay? And then we huddle up our resources and try to see what we can do to make that piece better. In the end, it all shakes out to a plan for you, and we break it down into, okay, this is your 50-meter target right here, this is the next thing you're gonna work on. So that's really the process as far as how we go into bettering your life. I just kind of say it like that because it sounds good. So.
It's all individual, because what you want for your life is different than what the next guy wants for his, and the next guy wants for his, and you all start at a different place. So, you know, I've heard you say transportation is a barrier. I don't know if you want to drive or get a driver's license, or if you have a driver's license or any of that, but that
Someone destroyed my car engine working at AMCO because he heard who I am.
So maybe that is one of your goals, is to figure out the resources to buy a car and have your own means of transportation.
I'm
So
an
that would
agoraphobic. I'm on homebound status.
Okay.
I'm a homebound veteran officially. And no one respected my right to that. They demanded I get ripped out the house because they accused me of making a bomb threat that I didn't make. So this whole thing this isn't me trying to better my life. This is me trying to fight the system from the inside that fucked me over, because they still want to say I molested my daughter because she said the words, and that's all they need in this state. I don't know how much longer I got, but I can't hang out forever like this. So I'm just rushing through and getting whatever I can done, because I've been a suicide survivor for long enough to know you can't get just done with suicide after certain shit. So the whole list of things I got is not for today. So don't worry about me. Just shorthand all this stuff so I can get to my appointment on time.
What time's your appointment?
11:30.
No, we got rolled.
Yeah.
Are you okay with us kind of expediting paperwork then? I mean, I'm not on the games. Okay.
Good.
All right.
And
So
how are you getting to your appointment?
Was gonna get a ride share if the bus ain't available, because the bus is right there, it goes to right in front of it. But
Where is your appointment?
the VA, North 13th Street.
how about this? since you're on time crunch, let's hold off on paperwork until, and then we can do it whenever we're talking about complete paperwork. Does that sound good by you?
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me, we are scheduled to have this room.
Oh, we're about to leave.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we are out of here.
To do a call overseas.
Oh, wow.
So that's perfect timing.
That's fancy.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though.
Oh, let me do it.
It's good, I got it.
All
It's
right.
just I kept getting muscle spasm every time it went so high.
So next time we'll see you is Tuesday,
What time?
2:30,
2:30.
third floor of the courthouse.
Judge Dishman.
Yep. Room 315. And Miss Madison will get your phone number from Miss Messina, and we'll be in contact before then. Okay? All right.
Thank you.
You got it.
I got it.
Okay. See you Tuesday.
All right. I will come up there in a second. I like your pen. My brain is 100% song lyrics. All right, man.
Huh?
We will see you Tuesday. You good?
Yeah, this is a good thing about it.
Good to see you. See you Tuesday.
Can I use the bathroom real quick? I just walked out by.
You know how it is.
Yeah, I mean, I just have to come through.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
Because honestly, you, I was over here, so.
You gotta pee.
That's crazy. 191?
Yeah.
Crazy busy. No, it's usually like 13 or.
This is just
Probably that low for lunchtime. Do you have like a, could I see your medical marijuana report? Thank you, sir.
Where's the bathroom?
Halfway down to the left.
Thanks.
Alright, James, good to go?
God bless you.
Before you put that on,
Hey, you said that one, you put that on.
before you put all that on.
Can I just leave it here and go to the bathroom?
It's gonna take me about a second. I'll be out of your way, partner.
Oh, I meant because I can't carry it in, you know.
Hmm?
I mean because I can't hold it in, you know, go. Like if I can use the table so I can go to the bathroom.
Yeah, there's plenty of room in the bathroom for you to use. Take that with you.
Okay.
Yeah, there's plenty of room. That big stall back there. This is a big stall. You have plenty of room to put your things.
I'm disabled though, my spine is compressed like a pilot. It's a lot of pain. Trying to make it easier, that's all.